Good afternoon, dear students. Dear teacher friends, we are to discuss today about the types of memory. In our last class, we have discussed about the process of memory. So today, let us discuss about the types of memory so that your concept relating to memory becomes very clear and you understand all contents relating to memory so much well. Friends, psychologists have tried to classify memory into certain types according to their nature and purposes. Means considering the nature and purposes, psychologists have classified or psychologists have classified different types of or provided different types of memory. We may specify the types as discussed under. Number one is habit memory. Habit memory is related to motor mechanism. This type of memory consists in mechanical repetition of the nervous system of our body. Habit memory involves in physical activities like typewriting, piano playing, bicycling, computer operating. All these are some of the examples of habit memory. Let us go back to the next slide. This form of memory is very common in school students, particularly during the stage of adolescence or in school life. Students basically depend on habit memory. Students remember the multiplication tables, spelling lists, definitions, etc. depending on habit memory as they have learned this by rote. Thus, habit is also called as rote memory, which is an affair of the body rather than the mind. Means in habit memory, basically the learners or the students depend on the physical exercises instead of their intellectual exercises. Number two is immediate memory. When learned things experienced immediately after learning is called immediate memory. It is the power to reproduce immediate impressions of experience for a very short time. In between learning and reproduction, the time interval is very short in immediate memory. Students or pupils often study intensively just before examination and they are able to recall most of what they have learned in the examination hall. This is a case of immediate memory. Alertness is a key factor of this type of memory. Immediate memory is said to increase with age. So friends, the second type of memory is immediate memory. And here basically students depending on this type of memory, they remember or preserve the images in their mindset for a short span of time. And after that, after of the time, they do not bother for preserving the images in their memory level. Let us go back to the next slide. Logical memory. To conserve meaningful facts and events, logical memory is needed. And this is in a sense higher type memory. It is the opposite of verbal learning and remembering. Logical powers like understanding, reasoning of facts and events are keyword in logical memory. Every people have these powers, means power of logical memory. Some people have the ability to apply them while some others do not have. Logical memory can be applied to understand the facts and events and for acquiring some amount of knowledge. Mechanical, physical repetition does not find place in logical memory and which has special place in habit memory. Therefore, memory is long-lasting and durable here. Means logical memory is long-lasting memory, and the durability of this type of memory is much more, because this type of memory basically depends on some specific powers like understanding, reasoning of facts or situations or events or phenomena, etc. etc. Let us go back to the next slide. Permanent memory. This is the fourth UC type. Permanent memory is the permanent information stored. Here the capacity of memory is vast and it is very durable. It has implied prolonged retention. People can remember learned things after a long time duration. Therefore, it is considered a special power of the individual. Children possess permanent memory to a greater degree than the adults. Permanent memory is the best form of memory because it helps us throughout our life. Let us go back to the next one. True memory or image memory. The other name of true memory is image memory, or the other name of image memory is true memory. True memory involves images or mental pictures of past events. Psychologist Bergson viewed that true memory consists in independent recollections which does not depend on mere motor mechanisms like habit memory. It is always concerned with mental activity. True memory is also known as image memory, as a man's true ability finds expression through his or her capacity of retention and reproduction on the basis of mental image. People can recall certain things not as a matter of habit, but as experiences that are part and parcel of their mental structure. This is true memory because this memory has special impact over the human personality, and this memory helps us throughout our life. Let us go back to the next slide. Rote memory. Rote memory is the capacity to reproduce experiences of the past mechanically. It is a verbal memory formed out of physical repetition. Physical repetition means because of physical repetition or depending on physical exercises, this type of memory, particularly rote memory, or you say craving memory in a sense, it has special relationship with the physical repetition of situation or things or events in mouth. Rote memory is the opposite of logical memory, where no intellectual learning is needed. Logical memory involves mental activity, whereas rote memory involves bodily mechanism or physical exercises. Rote memory is known as cramming memory, which is basically observed in children. Generally, in examinations, students often take the help of rote memory so as to going to the examination hall, they can by recalling, they can write the answers of different questions, and coming out from the examination hall, they forget everything else. Let us go back to the next slide. Associative memory. Associative factors are always related to memory. If we see something, we try to associate it with other things. Associative factors like sameness, difference, and nearness always helps in remembering. Three laws of association, that is law of contiguity, law of similarity, and law of contrast are related to these factors. Under law of contiguity, if we want to remember the story of Shah Jahan, automatically our mind will reproduce the Taj Mahal. Under law of similarity, the fruit apple reminds us the fruit mango. On the other hand, summer season reminds us the pleasant winter season owing to the law of contrast. This process of memory is known as associative memory, and depending on this type of memory, we actually perform different activities in our day-to-day life. Let us go back to the next one. Sensory memory. On this type of memory basically depends on the activities of the 5 sense organs of our body. The memory acquired out of sense experience may be termed as sensory memory. Our senses or sense organs are the gateways of knowledge or learning. We acquire different kinds of experience through these sense organs. These sensory experiences are visual, we see, auditory, tactile, olfactory, and gustatory. Visual memory derived through eye means by observing, auditory by listening, and then for ear. Tactile memory through skin having the touch, olfactory memory through nose means having the smell, and gustatory memory through tongue having the taste. So friends, 5 different types of memory are possible depending on the 5 main types of sense organs of our body. That is the nose, the eyes, the tongue, the skin, and the ears. And through eyes, this is visual, auditory, tactile, olfactory, and gustatory. Through eyes, visual memory derived through eye. Visual memory has link with eye. Auditory memory has link with ear. Tactile memory has link with skin. Olfactory memory has link with nose. And gustatory memory has link with our tongue. Let us go back to the next slide. Spatial memory. Spatial memory is another kind of memory. Different individual remembers different things, subjects, and ideas. This is because of individual difference. It is not possible for everyone to remember all the things. There are some persons who can remember the phone numbers but cannot remember the names of persons. And there are some other persons who can remember the names of persons but never can remember the phone numbers so much easily, but unable to remember the phone numbers so much easily. This is spatial memory. On this type of memory, basically this type of memory is observed in different persons. Considering the point of individual differences means for psychological differences, these differences we do notice. Let us go back to the next slide. Short-term and long-term memory. And for knowing this means we must have to know about Atkinson, because Atkinson, the name of Atkinson has linked with short-term and long-term memory, and Richard and Sheffield means Richard C. Atkinson and Richard and Sheffield. These are the two names which do have link with short-term and long-term memory. And primary short-term memory is known as primary memory, and long-term memory is known as secondary memory. And they means Atkinson as well as Sheffield help us to find this type of memory, particularly at the time of explaining their model of information processing, or the multi-store model of memory, or the space theory, or the multi-store approach. This model is widely accepted, and the focus of this model is on how information is stored in memory, depending on the recent research. Atkinson as well as Sheffield provided, or they prescribed, or they help us to get these 2 types of memories, short-term and long-term either, or primary and secondary types of memory. Let us go back to the next one. You see now the diagram which you had to see at the earlier, at the beginning of the class. But instead of helping you to see this, diagram in the beginning, in the last or in the end of the class, means by closing the class, I have helped you see the diagram. This is memory, so that very easily you can remember the types of memory. Human memory, sensory, depends on the activities of the 5 sense organs of the body: the nose, the eyes, the ears, the tongue, and the skin. Then short term, which we preserve for short term, and long term, which we preserve for the whole span of our life. Let us go back to the next slide. This slide may not be, very much clear, or clearly this may not be visible, but by understanding, I will help you to see the words human memory first, Then sensory memory, which basically depends on the activities of the five sense organs of our body, particularly the activities of the eyes, the activities of the ears, the activities of the nose, and the activities of the skin, as well as the activities of the tongue. Short-term memory, which we preserve in our psychic order, in mental order, for short span of time. Long-term memory, we preserve in our psychic or memory level for the whole span of life. Explicit memory is another type, which means short. Long-term memory has again been subdivided into explicit memory and implicit memory. Explicit memory is again subdivided into, you see, declarative memory, declarative memory, episodic memory, and semantic memory. Semantic memory. Declarative, this is A, declarative memory, episodic memory, semantic memory, and long-term memory is again, you see, implicit memory. Implicit memory is again subdivided as procedural memory. So these are the subdivisions actually. Main divisions are sensory memory, short-term memory, and long-term memory. These are the three types of memories you have got. And again, sensory memories. Sensory memory has again been subdivided into some types, like the memory which has link with the activities of our eyes, the memory which has link with the activities of our ears, the memory which has link with the activities of our nose, the memory which has link with the activities of the tongue, and the memory which has link with the activities of the skin. So this is sensory memory, and we have five sense organs, and we do have five types of sensory memory. So friends, these are the three main types. And long-term memory is explicit memory and implicit memory. Explicit memory has subdivision. Declarative memory, it has again subdivision. Episodic memory and semantic memory. And implicit memory has its own subdivision, that is procedural memory. And let us see the last slide. Perhaps types of memory again, same thing, sensory memory, which you have already got. Short-term memory, STM, like this, by writing or keeping in mind STM, short-term memory. LTM, long-term memory. Episodic memory, stories of your life episodes. Procedural memory, how to do stuff. Semantic memory means meaning of things. By language we understand. Aeroplane, motorcycle, you see, Android mobile handset, radio, television, internet. These are semantic and coding. Declarative memory, facts and knowledge. We declare, and then false means emotional events with the help of, you see, these are some subcategories in the earlier diagram. Certainly you have got the information. I have helped you to see all these things, but basically three main types of memory we have found, and then for other subtypes we have got. Anyway, 10 types of you see memories which have been placed before you for your consideration, and all these 10 types of memories are very much important in our day-to-day life situation, and you are to understand so much well, and at the same time for helping your students learn so much well. Certainly you are to understand the specialities of all the 10 types of memories, and with the help of all the 10 types of memory, students learn everything else. They preserve in their psychic order, and they actually utilize the mental properties, particularly the psychic properties, for the continuation of their life journey. So friends, we have already discussed about the concept of memory. We have discussed about the definitions of memory. Thenceforth, we have discussed about the processes of memory, and today we have discussed about the types of memory. The other parts will be discussed in, you see, later classes. So up till now, three most important parts have been touched, and I hope by studying all the slides or the contents of the slides, your concept concerning to memory, concerning to definition of memory, concerning to the process of memory, concerning to the types of memory will be clear enough. Thank you so much for today. I will discuss the other things in the next class. Thank you.